the banks of the Mississippi River, home to the king of rock and roll and also the Memphis Tigers, where the fans have moved the party from Beale Street and are ready for kickoff. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. And the groupers will get this season underway as toe meets leather. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Memphis Tigers offense will go on the attack first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Takes the easy completion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Lewis wants to pass. Got his man. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has.
It's a seam wide open. Turning it on. Touchdown, Memphis. He got a step and just dusted the field. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Groupers offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And David, we'll see whether this running back has the ability to elevate his game and really become a star in this offense.
Yeah, he's still developing. You know, I think when you watch him, you say, oh, he's still learning the vision and how to play the running back spot. And I think you leave him, Jesse, going, I want a little bit more. I want more consistency, more big plays, so this offense can really take off.
I think the coaching staff, I think the fans know for the future of this program, they need to upgrade at the position. They'll try to do that in recruiting or the portal. But for right now, today, this guy has to be able to make plays when his opportunities show up.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. They booted away. Cradles it at the 35. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Goes to the option. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Under fire. Got it in the middle. It's Thompson. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Got enough for the first. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. They say success rate can be picking up about 4 or so on 1st down. 1st and 10. Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. Let's take a minute here and talk a little Memphis. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back, and no one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They've already squandered a couple of chances to score touchdowns in the red zone, and now another opportunity. It's 3rd and goal. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
And when you call the quarterback sneak, you're thinking, I'm going to fall forward and get at least a yard. But, Palmer, that defensive line got in there, and the QB got nothing.
Well, he's got to do a better job with the snap count, too, and try to catch the defense when they're napping. Right there, everybody was set and ready, and one more of those type plays, and this dude's losing his quarterback sneak privileges.
And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. I'm not sure he made it out of the end zone, and it is a safety. And they'll set up with a free kick from their own 20.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points, but they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Throwing on the run. And the laundry drops as the pass falls incomplete. Let's see who the penalty's on.
Illegal forward pen. Offense.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And now on 2nd down for this offense. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Cross. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Quickly out to the tight end. He gets right to the edge of the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 20. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, you're bringing all these tight ends in the game. You'd like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front, and as a result, it's a negative play.
He'll pull it down and run. And he steps out of bounds, and that's going to do it for the 1st quarter. We've reached the break, and Memphis is holding on to the lead. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. The give to the tailback. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. Working that wide receiver screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tiger.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game one, and creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be knocked down. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. From the gun, running back on the move. Got enough for the first. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10. They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Might as well give it to him again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Leaves it with the running back. Knee stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a third and long. They'll run play action. Grab behind the line. It's Kelly. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The groupers send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Running free. Touchdown, Memphis. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch it.
It hasn't taken very long this season to just see how scary this offense is. They wanted to be aggressive coming out to start this season, and you've seen that with the play calling on this drive. It does not take these guys with their speed very long to score. Watch out. This unit has a chance to be special.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. They'll run it from the gun. It's that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Gives it on the option. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Now on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, that time on third down, they're trying to see if they can catch the defense napping. They go with the option play, but a great shot by the defense, being alert, being aware, anticipating it may come. Nothing there. They forced the negative play, now setting up fourth down.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. past the sticks, and he may get more. That gives him 100 yards rushing, and he goes over the century mark in this season opener. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. He'll ride his man on the option. The pitch. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. The run from the shotgun. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Alabama opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's house and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And the groupers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he... Trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. They'll send the back in motion. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. The groupers will punt it away on 4th down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. They bring the punter onto the field now. He's getting plenty of work. 4th time we've seen this guy punt it today. Hauls it in at the 40. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He makes the fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. Now this offense is back on the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the 1st half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offense.
And that ball's free behind the line. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He'll keep it, and he's headed left. A solid run there as he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the groupers line up to punt it away. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. Looking to throw on first down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Wants to throw on first down. And he's chased out of bounds at the 6-yard line, and they'll try to stick it in from there.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And the Tigers come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Let's see if he can find some room behind the left tackle. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, 2 quarters down, and I've got to say, this has been a fun watch so far in Memphis. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis, and through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys, you got guys out of the portal, you put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
Motion from the back. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Makes the grab down the left side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Tight end now in motion. He'll pull it on the read. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Oh, they dial up on second, and a long way to go. On the option. He'll toss it. Fighting off the defender. He has the first and still on his feet. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31. Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. After the filthy move, he's got room. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. Just drives it between the uprights. And the field goal is good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Anderson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Handoff from the gun. They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long. And here on 3rd down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop him. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
They'll get this drive started from their own 26. On the option. Now the toss. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Got room to work. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. He throws back to the left. That could be risky.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Give to the running back. And some room to work. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to believe the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back.
There he goes. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
A lot of of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Second down, they'll go to the air. Safe completion on the screen. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. Memphis coming to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Here's the handoff. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? They'll go to work in the air on second down. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. That's the end of the quarter, and Memphis has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. So we open the final period with a third down play. On third down, he drops to throw. Looking to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Memphis!
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Oregon delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, and Jonathan Stewart used to do it. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Hey, Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Finds his way ahead for 6 and a little breathing room to the 17. From the gun, the running back has it. Runs through the tackle. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Leaves it with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this.
He'll off one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The groupers will bring the punt team onto the field. He takes it at the 45. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something.
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Another sack. This quarterback group, not this quarterback, this one, because you're already on quarterback number 2. taking a lot of hits today. Got to keep these guys upright. Got to protect them. This offensive line has to do a better job.
He'll throw it. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Here comes the heat. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Memphis will be forced to punt. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll give it to the back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the groupers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll move the wide receiver. Just going to keep it after the snap. He makes the tackle at the 33 after a pickup of 5.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
Back to pass, it's Wicks. Makes the grab on the left.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'll move the tight end. Rides to back and leaves it. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. He's loose. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly. The groupers back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Leaves it with the back. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Oh, they're after him. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play them.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. He's already made 1 field goal, but this one is going to need a big leg. A 50-yard attempt coming. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge.
And I know a lot of people are scratching their heads why they try to kick that field goal. You're in the 4th quarter. You're down a boatload of points. A field goal isn't going to do it. If you want to win this game, you need touchdowns. I would anticipate for every possession they get from here on out, man, you've got to be way more aggressive.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
To the ground with the back. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had... But they finally get to him on that run.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
He'll take it on the return. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Off play action on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Kelly.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down.
And I think this offense ran the football knowing it's in fourth down territory. It's fourth and short. It's go time, almost near midfield. To me, this is green light. I got to stay aggressive. I'm losing, but the situation favors me in fourth and short.
Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Motion from the wideout. From the gun, the ground game. Powers through the defender. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the back. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. And the Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. To the air, it's Chambers. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. And here comes the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. At this point, it really hasn't been your best day. Just try to find something to build on here at the end, David.
Just try to keep fighting. Show your kids you're going to keep fighting. Keep throwing the football. Try to get some points up. Palmer, points have been at a premium. They haven't scored very much. But keep fighting, man.
Yeah, and just, try to find things to build off of for next week as well, right? I mean, it's all about continuing to improve week in and week out. So whether that's identifying playmakers or just see what you can come up with here at the end of this game and not quitting.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find the...
And the defense makes a play, and they get their quarterback down at the 26. The kick is on its way. He'll try to feel the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it.